Hey guys, just got something really cool in this red box. It's the new Tudor Fast Shield Black Rider watch. Hey everybody, check it out. This is the Tudor Fast Shield Black Shield. And I love the red box. Really digging the case for this thing. Very nice. I bought this secondhand, so I don't have all of the paperwork with it, but give you sort of an unboxing. There should be a booklet in there, but there isn't. I do have the little tool and hang tag here, and we'll get to that in just a second. But showing the watch in its presentation box. Very, very nice. This is a nice like leather, I guess. Maybe it's leatherette, I don't know. We'll remove this from here. We don't really need that anymore. This is a very cool watch. Now, you guys know that I love black and red, so I really had to have this watch. It's a Tudor, you know, you probably know already the Rolex and Tudor relationship. Now this is a 42 millimeter case. It's a lot like a Daytona, you know, it's a chronograph, with the exception of you have a date right down here in the 430 position, which is really cool because I recently had a Daytona, the new LN series, and I just had a hard time reading it. So the matte black background here and the bright red really works. I like having my chronograph running all the time, and I try to sync it up to the seconds hand, which is over here at the 9 o'clock position. Just something I like to do. This is a PVD coated steel, which I really like. I'm wondering how durable it's going to be. We're going to find out. But it's a 42 millimeter case. It's waterproof to 150 meters, 500 feet. Has a caliber 7753 movement. Power reserve of 46 hours. Almost 2 days. And retail this watch is $5,050, so it's not a cheap watch. This is a good watch, but it is not on the level of a Daytona Rolex. Now, it does have a sapphire crystal, but you know, it's very nice. It doesn't have the bracelet, and that's one place I think they save money. This is a genuine leather bracelet. I love the red stitching and the red interior. I like how they do this clasp here. This is a fold-over clasp, much like many sport watches will have, and this pulls out, and you can readjust this by simply lifting up on this, moving it to another hole, and we can go ahead and give me a second, pull that out so that you can completely look at the back. Still has the sticker on it. I did open up the case back so I could have a look at the movement because I couldn't help myself. Wanted to make sure it was genuine and real, and really wanted to get a look at it. Now, I told you about this second hand. The guy I got it from gave me some really cool extra bands. Let me show those to you real quick. And I may modify them to put on. They're just a little too long. He gave me 2 sets of Stingray bands. I love Stingray. My wallet is Stingray. My money clip is Stingray. Black and red Stingray. Also got a red version of that. I don't know the history of these. I don't know if these are just some kind of custom made, or if Tudor offers these. If you know anything about these, let me know. I'll ask the seller. I just thought they were really cool, and I may use them, but they're considerably longer. Mostly this end piece here, you can see it is much, much longer, and in order for it to work for me, I would have to trim them down or cut some holes in them, but it just left way too much here, so I went with the original leather band. I would prefer having a metal band. You know, I've always worn the Submariner by Rolex, and I'm used to having that metal band. I'm now wearing the Sea Dweller, which you could see in one of my other videos. But I thought this was a great watch. Now, I've never owned one of these Tudor? I don't know how you say it. I'm gonna go with Tudor. You know, the chronograph works much like a Daytona as far as the resetting and the starting goes. Once this start, then these other dials will follow for 12 hours and for 30-minute registers, much like a Daytona. Reset it, hold on. But they don't have the screw down crown or screw down buttons like a Daytona would have. And I know I'm comparing this to the Daytona, but it's the only reference I have. Now, what's interesting here is this little tool. Now, this is the little hang tag I got with it thing. And this little tool here, which is also kind of a hang tag, is designed, you push this in here, and that advances the date. I thought that was kind of weird. So like you would push this in, bang, look at that. And I'm going to have to go through all the dates. But you can see what's happening here as I push the button. That's how you advance the date. I thought that was kind of strange. Now this is not a proprietary tool. This thing is just poking this button here. You could probably use a pen or anything else. But anyway, that's how that works. You unscrew this little crown, which has the Tudor shield on it. In years past, they would share the Rolex coronet crown on there, but now they're going with their own thing. And the really old watch has had like a flower on it. But anyway, pull that out, and the first position lets you wind. Next position lets you change these here. We'll see if that catches the date here as we come around to midnight. And bang, there it is. A real discernible click too, you know. This thing makes a lot more noise than a Rolex. You know, compared to my Sea Dweller, you can't hear the date click. You can't hear the winding or the grinding or the spinning. And that's really the difference between, you know, the really good watches and the not as good watches. I'm not going to say this is a really great watch. This is no cheap watch. This is a $5,000 watch. Now, you can pick them up in the second market a little bit cheaper. Something else really cool about this watch is it was built in collaboration with the Ducati motorcycle, which is why it kind of looks like a cool Ducati motorcycle. That's why it's the Fast Rider. It's the Black Shield. I gotta say, I'm very happy with this thing. It's beautiful. And I actually saw this in a Rolex store. I was off shopping for Rolexes, which you can't find right now. Can't find a stainless watch of just about any kind other than maybe a deep sea. A deep sea dweller was the only one I found. But there's just like no Rolexes to buy. They're just sold out. And this is a well-respected brand. That, you know, people that collect watches, I think, are very interested in these as well. Like I said, it's in $5,000 in today's watch world is kind of chump change. But you know, if you were looking at the tags and Omegas and you know, there's just a lot of brands out there. Personally, I'm a bit of a Rolex fanboy. I think if I was going to have a watch that was less than a Rolex, I would just also get a Rolex, which is a Tudor. So, you know, I admit it. I'm a fanboy. I'm a snob. I only seem to like these watches. I think that they build the best stuff. And I think that the reality is, and I think that what people know, is that the Tudor is really just a Rolex, pretty much, that doesn't have the brand name on it. And it's probably just as good, you know. There's a lot of generic brands and stuff that's just as good, if not better, than the original. You know what I mean? When it comes to certain things out there, foods and whatnot, you find out it's actually the exact same thing with a different box. And I think, I could be wrong about this, even though I know the movement isn't as detailed, you know, as the Rolex. But you know what? I think you could buy one of these Tudors and have it your everyday watch and be very happy with it and have it for a long time. The durability of this PVD and this ceramic bezel, we're going to find out. Because I wore my black and gold stainless Submariner two-tone for 15 years straight, and it still is fine. So we're going to find out, you know, because I'm a mechanic. I know I scrub my hands to be really clean for this video, but I work on cars, and I beat my watches up pretty well. So we're going to find out how durable the Black Shield Fast Rider. I know I said it wrong earlier, and it's the Tudor Fast Rider Black Shield. I know I said it wrong earlier, but you just get over it. Great watch. Thanks for checking it out. I know I'm not a watch expert. You know, if there's any specifics you really need to know about this thing, you can go on their website and check it out. But Just giving you a little glimpse at it without any of the hype, without the commercials, and giving you my personal opinion of it. I can't wait to wear this watch. Personally, I prefer metal bands, and I may see if I can't get a black metal band for this thing, because I find I actually sweat more with the leather bands. But I'm very happy. I wish I hadn't just done that, but try to be careful so you don't whack the thing around. But you know what? As hard as I am on my watches, you know, like if that's going to beat it up, we're going to find out how easy this black scratch is on here. I'm really digging this thing though. That's kind of cool. It's very, you know, it's much more cool than just the regular buckle, you know. Anyway, hey, thanks for checking out my video. I don't do a lot of watch reviews. This isn't a watch channel if you tuned in for this, but I do have some other great videos on the new Daytona, the new Sea Dweller, and a couple other weird watches. But this channel is more about enjoying a luxury. So if you're into Rolls-Royce cars and custom cars, things like that, check out my channel, subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.